Hello friends, today I will be talking about behavior-based safety. My name is Sanjeev Paruthi and I am a behavior-based safety consultant working with TSM, the Safety Master Private Limited. My today's video would be specific on behavior-based safety, safety culture transformation, how to improve the trust between worker and its management through behavior-based safety approach, and reduce the incidents and accidents that cost very high to the any company. So basically, the behavior-based safety actually relies on trust between management and its worker. This is the first point, which is very important point for you to understand when you watch my video, that the trust factor is the most important factor between worker and its management. Okay. Second thing is that this trust has to be earned, okay, over a period of time. Okay, so this is very important that management earns the trust with the worker and worker earns the trust with the management to implement and improve the safety aspects through behavior based safety. And management is very important, but in the management, without the strong leadership, you cannot manage all what you want. Okay, you can make nice safety manuals, you can make nice safety procedures, you can have nice safety system, but if the top management commitment and the leadership skills to implement behavior based safety system is not there, then your all attempt to implement behavior based safety system will fail. Okay, and there will not be much improvement. So the first learning from my this session is the leadership is the key. Okay, and management commitment is the most important thing to create trust between worker and its management. Okay, so now let's understand what exactly is the behavior based safety, what is the need of it, why do we need to implement behavior based safety system. So basically, behavior based safety system is needed because people get hurt at the workplace, people get hurt in the factory due to unsafe acts. Okay, and it is a human nature. People take shortcuts. It is human nature. People take shortcuts, and they make themselves move towards risk. All right, so risk factor becomes high. So this human nature exists because in taking the shortcuts, it needs very less effort, it provides a comfort, it gets your job very quick. This because of this human nature, a worker or a staff or anybody else or a contractor tries to do the job quickly, and in this series, basically the unsafe act happens or they create an unsafe condition basically. So behavior based safety system is a observation tool for safety culture transformation, where the observations, when we implement this process, where the observation is basically related to safe or unsafe behavior. Okay, and not about unsafe condition or facilities. It is all about observing the safe or unsafe behavior. And also then in this process, it is very important to provide immediate constructive feedback to the person whom you are observing, and this particular feedback and the observation is documented. So this particular system is called behavior based safety system. So just now in the second portion of my lecture on behavior based safety system today, I have explained you the process, explained you the meaning of safe behavior observation program. In our company TSM, the Safety Master Private Limited, we have implemented this system at various places and have been successful. So we call it as safe behavior observation program for safety culture transformation. So basically, we must know that what are the objectives for behavior based safety program. So it's basically to intervene and inculcate the positive behavior change in safety at your workplace and reduce the unsafe behavior so that incident does not occur. This tool also is required to modify the behavior of the people as per the management policy of the safety, and safe behaviors need to be reinforced, and at risk behaviors need to be eliminated. Okay, also it is very important through this tool that the people, the worker, the contractor, or even the management who are doing the safe leadership behaviors, so they need to be recognized and they need to be rewarded, and the people who are doing at risk behaviors, they need to be guided and they need to be told that at risk behaviors will take our company or our people towards the risk. Okay, basically in this you need to note that it is really not a fault finding exercise. Okay, it is actually creating the trust between each other, and it is actually to take the care factor, commitment factor, in the whole process. It's all about value creation, it's all about value, attitude and belief system. All right, so now let's talk. So I have, so far in my video I think I have explained you two parts. One is the leadership, commitment and trust between the worker and the management. Second is what is BBS and why it is needed and what is the objective of the BBS. This is what I have tried communicating to you. Next, in my third section, I am trying to explain you one simple theory which is called as the ABC theory of behavior based safety. These are the, in this video I am really not able to cover the complete implementation mechanism. It is not possible. For that, if you need to take my help, take my training or take my process implementation, you need to write back to me at my email ID info@thesafetymaster.com, or go through my website www.thesafetymaster.com. So you need to write back to me and I will come back to you for implementation of the process. But let's cover that the simple theory of the ABC. So basically A stands for antecedents. Okay, antecedents means the intellectual part of the mind that trigger your behavior, a factor that makes you to act, that makes you to behave. This particular factor tells you what to do. This is sometimes concrete and it is tangible, or it may be intangible, or it may not be concrete. Okay, but this is a very important input in the ABC theory, and it is acts as a powerful input to measure the consequences. Okay, so A stands for antecedents, which is a factor that trigger your behavior. Now in the ABC, the B part stands for behavior. Okay, so behavior is nothing how somebody acts or the actions by a particular individual or by a particular group of individuals, that is called behavior. For example, behavior is something that is observable, like some action, like your hand moving, or you're keeping something here and there, or you're doing some certain activity. So it is related to the time, it is related to the location, it is related to some human body, it is related to the how part. So that action you should be able to record. So that is called behavior. And behavior, when happens through a trigger, it comes to the point C in the ABC theory, which is called consequence. And basically consequence is nothing, it is the outcome of your behavior, basically a result of the behavior. Now the consequence can always be positive and the consequence can always be negative. The consequence can be immediate or the consequence can be in the future. So consequence be certain, it can be major, or consequence can be uncertain. Okay, so basically with ABC, like antecedent, behavior and consequences, you need to implement your behavior based safety process. Okay, so basically the type of the consequences that can increase the behavior is the positive reinforcement. For example, a worker, some people, like there are 100 workers, and out of the 100 workers, if 10 are wearing the eye goggles and 90 are not wearing, so if you try to do a positive reinforcement of the consequence, then other workers also see it and they try to wear the goggles more. So by that, relative culture strength increases and the focus goes towards the excellence. The second type of reinforcement in consequence is the negative reinforcement, and it is little bit intense. Okay, it is little bit hard, and you need to work on something that you don't want, and usually basically perform only on the minimum side. Okay, but still, negative reinforcement is also needed to increase a particular behavior. All right, so consequence that can decrease the behavior is type of punishment. Actually, intent of this punishment is to stop the undesired behavior. All right, so basically you get to stop the behavior if you give certain kind of punishment. So basically, by these three methods in the consequence, like positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, and by punishment, you basically try to either increase the behavior by positive reinforcement, or decrease the behavior, or try to stop the behavior. So basically, this is the way you can implement the behavior based safety system. Now let's go back to the behavior based safety. So basically, for operating the behavior based safety system, you must have the facilities in place, the listed down facilities in the place, the type of the safety management system you are using, and the people, the human people involved with these infrastructures and management system to implement the behavior based safety. All right, so this is very important that you understand the value of safe behaviors and you try to implement the behavior based safety system through an expert. And it is very important to use the right approach, the defined approach, the strategic approach, the planned approach, the prepared approach, and well designed approach to get the result. Only just a simple observation will not work. You need to implement a complete behavior based safety process, and if you really understand that the consequence of particular action of your people, so then it will lead to your safe behavior basically. So behavior is nothing, basically what people actually do in their action, that is called behavior. And the cultural values, or at the workplace, the cultural values, build the attitude and belief system within the worker, and a trust between the management and the worker. So basically, the observation technique and the feedback process through positive, negative, or punishment process, so you can really improve the behavior at the workplace. Basically, according to my experience, I divide the behaviors into four categories. One is the assertive behavior, second is the passive behavior, and third one is the negative behavior, and fourth is the aggressive behavior. So these four behaviors are observed by us, and under these four there are different set of other behavior traits which are observed, and then strategy is opted out to give the feedback process to the person who is being observed, and complete strategic process for safe behavior observation program is implemented. And in this, the most important part is that measurement of the process. So as a consultant, I would like to tell you that we work on data, we work on technology, and we try to influence the behavior through data, the real-time data we collect, the real-time analytics we do. Through that only we present it to the customer and its management. So in case in future you would like to implement your behavior based safety system, so please try to come back to me at my email ID info at TheSafetyMaster.com, TheSafetyMaster.com. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much.